Today we got Tyler in the chair. He is getting a blackout with some negative space in it. As you can see, he's already got some stuff going on. We're going to add to it and kind of fix up what he's already got here. I'm running a 9-liner to outline this thing with my Bishop.
What did you decide on? Is that a 9?
It's a 9, yeah. 9 liner. Or shader. No, liner.
I get that you throw your needle, but I feel like you throw it so far and it looks like you put that whole needle in.
No, it's not even close. Not even close.
So you're doing all the boring stuff today.
We're probably going to get to filling in. But I got to line this first.
No, I know.
Can't just start trying to fill this in. I'll never get done.
That's when I hop in with the other machines and help line.
We could do a line this thing. That would be a...
We'd just be inching each other's way the whole time.
If it was on the other leg, then yeah, it'd be one thing, but being on the same leg, it's...
Yeah. Whenever the machines start doing that, is that literally just bog or... Yeah. My machine will get angry, and then my clients will look at me like I'm doing something wrong. I'm like, no, it's just angry.
Your skin is a little tougher.
Wait, you tattooed the back of your calf yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, you badass. I see you.
I mean, yeah, I went.
Like, I've tattooed myself, and like you said, like, you figure out that you're not as, like, flexible as you think you are.
Yeah,
But goddamn, I'm just thinking about trying to tattoo that. Like, I just have to, like, have my calf up like that. Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go drink my coffee and see this is done. I'll forgot to do, like, gold or anything. Bullshit, I'll still be caught up, right?
I think there's some stuff soaking, but that's...
hire another piercing apprentice. I'm sick of being someone doing gun control.
Well,
I know every now and then you and I get the time to do them, but Jesus Christ, it's always me. Well, Jaden just started yesterday. That's fun. How'd that go?
okay, these two know each other, so I don't know about that. Probably have to get rid of one of them. I know Jaden way better, so.
Sorry, I already gave Jaden 2 green flags. 3 green flags.
I think he said 5.
No, wait, it was 1 green flag, but 5 red flags, and the 5 red flags equals a green flag for me. Because I like them toxic. I'm not saying I think she's toxic, but my spidey senses are tingling.
It's probably because you got bit by something.
Probably. Okay, no front. So it wasn't on anything weird. River was just being a goof, and he left a hickey on my back, and then I went to go and shower, and like I straight up almost spazzed out, like, oh my god, what happened to me? And then I was like, oh, my man is what happened to me. I thought it was some crazy spider bite because we had found the spider like above the bed in the corner of the room. And he looked at me and he's like, well, we have like some flies that get in here since the garage is right by the bedroom door. And I'm like, no, I'm not sleeping with that thing above my head. You kill that right now.
I find you're the more man.
We go back and forth. We're definitely both like switches. There's days where he's the manly one and I'm the crybaby, and then there's days where he is the crybaby and I'm the manly one. But I ain't no man when it comes to spiders. I ain't dealing with that. Your lines are looking pretty crispy.
You should.
Personally, I really like the calves and like the shins for tattooing because I don't gotta do nothing for stretching.
Oh, it's, yeah. I mean,
I don't gotta do nothing.
guys' calves are a lot easier because they are more taut than girls' calves.
Yeah. But like tattooing like Summer's shin and then doing Serena's kneecap, like chef's kiss. I like tattooing the shins. Except for trying to do that Marceline on Kylie's shin, just because Kylie's just really small. Kylie didn't have much of a shin for me to work with.
You gotta set up a overlay so I can actually see how many people are on. Just for a break, I don't have to take and log into my YouTube over here. So right now, all I'm seeing is just me tattooing. Okay, Tyler, Is it possible to roll this ankle or your foot out toward me a little bit? Yeah, like that. Perfect. Perfect. I still want to keep my lines pretty smooth and clean because you're not going to be going in and filling things. I can smooth things out then. I don't want to do that.
You just want it to look nice in the first place.
Line work's the basis of your tattoo, so you want to have good line work to start with. So if you don't have good line work to start with, well, you have a shit tattoo. Because then you're spending too much time trying to fix line work. Line work is the basis of your tattoos. See, some of these lines I'm kind of making my own, but I'm just smoothing things out where the lines didn't quite connect well in my drawing. And I have to be careful with that because you could end up really screwing something up, especially in a circle or something. All of a sudden, it stands up, that line's not straight, but I'm just kind of making it so that my lines connect more evenly, having these points of meet. Okay, Tyler, I'm going to roll it back away from me. There we go. Right there, stuff.
probably not pleasant for most people.
Yeah.
I don't personally want to be elbowed in my butthole.
Okay, let's see. Can you roll the foot in this time?
Inwards?
Yeah, inwards.
Like that?
Yep. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Start up here. So I need to. This line down there is good. So give myself a minute to kind of wrap my head as I go down there. Because I've got like multiple lines shown there. So.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to do this as far as I can. Now normally, if this wasn't getting filled in, I'd try to pull those lines as long as I can just so it can be nice and smooth. But where I'm going to be filling them in, I can clean up anything I don't like.
Right.
I mean, ultimately, you want every tattoo to be crisp and clean. Just be careful where you put your hands too, because you start smearing your stencil or getting it where you don't want it, and then you start smearing that off, so you got to kind of be careful there. So I'm just going to kind of work down this way. So this for a second. So that comes around. It's about right there, in the middle there. Important thing too is to know where you're going. Get inside of where you're going, you're going to go anywhere. Next thing you know, you just went way past your line, or spraying tons of ink up. What happens, you just got to make sure you clean up any ink you end up spraying. These bigger needles will spray more ink. The smaller needles, if you're spraying too much, it means you flooded your needle. Way too much ink in it. in front. I'll take a break because I'm gonna have to rearrange camera and everything. It's the easy part, right, Tyler?
That's right.
Break out those big boys and start going.
Oh, she booked hers.
Huh?
She booked another person. It's not my Jenna that I've texted because her last name is Brown. Oh, they scheduled for about the time that you should be done tattooing him for today. And that it's going to be at right side, so I would prefer for you to be at home watching.
Okie dokie. So, like during my lunch, is that my schedule then?
What?
I scheduled at my lunch.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna block it up for like an hour 30.
So somehow when I was watching where I was going, so I was able to pull that across there, because I locked in on the phone where I wanted to go. So if I wasn't looking at the point I wanted to go, I'd probably be like, I'm still watching what I'm doing, but I'm also focusing to get into that spot. question is, where do you want to start fill?
Wherever it hurts the most.
Oh, I'm thinking it might be right in here. Is that inside of the calf?
Yeah, close to the back of the knee is pretty fun.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's a little more tricky when you have more time with your hand. So you have to be really careful. It's easier when you're up here. You got some press your hand on, but when you get spots where you can't rest, it's pretty tricky. Just happy with that one. Luckily, I'm pulling it in, so but luxury.
So when is Jasper coming? I just realized you mentioned that earlier.
I don't know. I gotta check. I gotta get back to him because I cannot find an gauge post except through another metal or body circle, and those are both gonna take a month.
It's been 5 ever since we've seen Jasper.
Those both take a month. So the only other thing I can do is a plug. So I found some plugs that would work that are internally threaded plugs. Can you pull your leg again for me? I know you're like, I don't want to.
No, it's fun.
understand wanting to draw your own tattoo design. I get it. And it's like, I don't feel like I should be the bad guy when I'm like, hey, I'm not saying like they're saying I'm the bad guy, but like, even like with friends, sometimes like they'll show me stuff that they've drawn themselves and they want to go and get it tattooed, and then I don't rip it apart, but like I can critique artwork, so I critique it, and then they're just like, well, who are you to say? And I'm like, me's to say I'm an apprentice, I'm learning this stuff, and I'm like, it's not that it's a bad drawing, it just needs to be cleaned up, things need to be tweaked, like, why are you getting so defensive?
And that's how people are about their artwork.
What? And she goes, okay, then I'll wait to get one. Because I said, so I'm like, are you wanting the design as is with no changes? From my perspective, there are some anatomical and placement corrections I would like to make, but I would need time to redraw that if that's the route. And then said, depending on like the changes being made, we might need to schedule an appointment for Monday or Tuesday. And then she goes, and then I'll wait to get one. Then goes, can I get one today that's just in typewriter font? Would you be available? Yeah.
This is a ton of just overlapping. I don't want to chew the skin up, but it's just overlap. And no matter how well you think you did, you're probably going to have to do a second session. That's just blackout for you. Plus, you don't want to damage the skin too much.
Right.
Put it in. Tim's kind of making little like circular oval motions. Trick too, if I can't get right up to the line, with a little gap like that, I can just come back with my liner and hit that. That way I'm not going over my line. I'm struggling to pack that in there. Come back with the liner and get it. I think the 23 is much better than the 35 was. I think it's just making better contact.
It's just nice to see the color. That's what that was supposed to look like.
Well, it will eventually. How's the IT world?
Was that?
How's the IT world?
That's good. It's busy. That's what kept me away. We had a major upgrade to our platform, so it called for a bunch of testing.
Fun.
Yeah, got real busy there for a while. and then had to do some traveling.
It always sucks when you have to travel for work.
Yeah, but I do like to eat and drink on company dime.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's always nice. I remember back in my days of working corporate that they wouldn't pay for alcohol.
Oh, really?
You'd have to, when you'd submit your
Expense receipt reports.
yeah, it'd be like, well, you owe this much for alcohol.
Yeah, they won't expense our alcohol, but we did have a budget for a team dinner, and so we tried we tried to see how high we could rack up the bill.
Yeah, they had one thing that I had to go to that was all the executive management team. And funny part is they asked everyone ahead of time what they drank.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like, we had a bowling event and they supplied alcohol and everything. It wasn't as good as the one company my wife worked for, and it was a RV company, and they did basically a camp out every year,
Oh, really?
and they'd ask what kind of guns you had, and they brought the ammo.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. I still got ammo from that. That's just like 6-7 years ago. Because I was the only one that had a 45.
Oh, really?
And there was 2 of us that had 223s, so I ended up with a lot of 223 ammo.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Could I do other words or just bittersweet for one morning?
Oh my God, I hate those. I want to get a whole hour.
And it's like I don't know if I should do a minimum because like I've done some minimums now, like a minimum of like 100. So like I don't know, in my head the 100 to 120 isn't that big of a difference. So like in my head it is like okay, just offer them the 120 hour and then like if they want something else small, but it's like don't tell me what you would want then. Don't just ask me could you get other words. You want me to put other words? I'll do other words.
I would
I would literally do other words and try.
Oh no, that's
You
exactly.
said other words, right? So you got other words.
That's exactly
Put
what I would
quotes
do.
on that.
Yeah, I would put the quotes too.
They're extremely really awkwardly. I have no idea what's going on over there.
What is that?
Oh, I have no idea what's going on with the YouTube right now.
Oh, it's because you scrolled past, like backwards.
Well, it paused on its own. It's in the box. History. See, that's where it's so much easier for me, Lexi, because I'm just straight up 150 minimum.
Yeah.
But it's harder for you to do that because those little
Well,
walk-ins
and
are
it's
bread
just-
and butter for you.
And then it's like, cause I had this happen with like that one miner I tattooed where he got the like adrenaline molecule tattooed on him. Cause he was like, well, let's do this, and then he's like, well, it's hourly, so like, can we fit this and this and this in? And then it was like, no, dude, like, I finished doing the tattoo on his bicep, and then I did the tattoo behind his ear, and then he was like, oh, well, we still have like 20 minutes. Can I go up to the front and pick a design off the wall up there? And it's like, it's gonna take you 20 minutes to go up there and pick the design, buddy.
Those designs aren't
like,
flash.
no, I'm not doing that. And it's like, I don't want to feel rushed either. Because it's like, oh, well, you have these two designs you want, but let's say it's taking me longer to tattoo than normal, but I've already told you it'd be the 120 that I should have these done in an hour, but now look at us 2 hours in, and now I'm charging you $240 for it.
Well, that's why you tell them that the time starts when the second they come through the door. Second they come back here, time starts. So that way, and don't let them see your clock. I mean, I'm sure he's probably watching his own clock, but you're like, well, no, because it took time to stencil it and everything, so your 20 minutes is already gone, buddy. That's when you're just like, well, no. When you came through the door into this area, that's when your time started.
And I don't think people realize how long text tattoos actually take. Now, granted, I know you're quick with them, but it's something you have to slow down and actually think about what you're doing. Because like even like text tattoos for me, depending on like the size and everything, text tattoos easily still take me like 30, 45 minutes.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't be going as fast as I am. Well, Lexi, it's like, welcome to the world of being a walking artist.
No, I know. I've had a very spicy week this week, and I can't drop it. So, unfortunately for everybody else, they're all feeling it.
I can give it right back to you.
That's fine. I need it. And I haven't eaten anything today, so that's probably adding to it.
What are you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna complain about it.
It's easier to eat something.
Is it though?
Yeah,
Because once I get to a point of not having eaten in a while, it's almost like it makes me more nauseous to eat.
when you eat small, you don't go and get a massive box at Taco Bell.
It wasn't even a big of a box, and I ate the burrito, and I already wasn't feeling good that day. So.
Correct response is, my box isn't that big. That's the correct response.
She says, okay, perfect. You guys book online or over text. Are we doing the other text? Or are you just doing one?
Oh no, you're doing other text. Like seriously.
The other text, yeah. No, you know what? That's what I'm gonna have on the iPad, and I'm gonna be like, so you said other text. Here you go.
God, Lexi, did you just break your new phone?
No. I would have actually been really upset. I probably would have went home. That would have been it. I would have been like, yo, so sorry, but I just mentally snapped. No, it was the old phone.
Oh, that's already broken.
Yeah. Not as broken as it was, but still pretty broken. Now it's just my backup phone. You know how many backup phones I have that don't work? Like I have one that's locked to AT&T, so I can't get any service on it.
That's
Unless
why
I want to
bill.
admit that I have like a stolen phone that I didn't steal.
I have an iPhone 3 that somebody left in my shop in Idaho.
Yeah.
And nobody ever came back for it. So finally, I just did a hard reset on it, wiped everything off of it. I couldn't get into it to see whose phone it was. But I had that thing sitting here for like a year, and nobody ever came back. You know, it was probably stolen to begin with.
You know, actually, I had a phone. So working at the hotel, iPhone got left, and I was the one who found it. And then like the policy was pretty much after like 6 months, if nothing was claimed, then housekeepers could claim it. And I was like, oh hells yeah, I got a new phone. And then no, locked to AT&T. Can't. In the phone I can use it as like a non-cellular phone and just use it on Wi-Fi. But yeah, I don't want to call AT&T and be like, so I like didn't steal this phone, but
Just be like,
I acquired this phone through weird.
Just say I bought this phone and I can't. We've had it now for long enough that.
That phone, yeah.
I mean, they might send the cell phone police out. Yeah. I don't know how that works. I don't know if they're cell phone police. I used to work for Sprint, but which is not a thing anymore.
I hated having Sprint.
Oh, I hate working for them. I have T-Mobile now. For the most part, I like T-Mobile.
I have Verizon. I love Verizon.
I hate Verizon.
Really?
They're overpriced for what they are.
They are very
They don't offer anything more than any other cell phone company, despite what they say.
They are super overpriced, but I do get really good LTE. So.
The reason why I hate them is when I moved from Utah to Idaho, they were like, yes, we have coverage. And so we switched over, we stayed on Verizon. We get up there, and all of a sudden we get a bill for $2,000. Oh no, you've been on roaming. This is before all the, this is back in '99. Had all these roaming charges, and it's like, you told us that this was on your network. Oh no, it's not. We had to fight with them for a long time to get those charges overturned. And we went to Sprint right after that. No, we went to Sprint while we were fighting them because we didn't have service. They turned off our damn service. We eventually got it overturned. Back then, we kept track of dates and times and all that shit. So who we spoke to, when we spoke to them. And then I was still on my ex-wife's Sprint. We had a joint account for the longest time, and then she was paying my phone bill because I was taking care of some other bill that we had, a mutual bill we had. And all of a sudden one day her girlfriend shows up to my house with a new phone for me. It's like, yeah, we just switched to T-Mobile.
Now she wants a phrase.
Oh, now it's a phrase.
Yeah.
The other word.
Okay, so yep, that's definitely gonna be like 240 now. just have a very low tolerance for people.
But you're in a customer service job.
Yeah, and right now the client is not in front of me, so I don't need to have my fake
Yeah.
mask on.
But you're on YouTube. Live on YouTube.
Okay, and you were just talking about box sizes, so.
Yeah, from Taco Bell.
I had another nose.
Tomorrow. Can't wait till tomorrow. Hopefully we don't get rain tomorrow. I don't really care. I've got covered seats. Let people in the lawn suffer. I want to see Offspring tomorrow. It's Sum 41 and Simple Plan.
What's that?
I want to see Offspring tomorrow with Sum 41 and Simple Plan.
Really? Nice. Where's the plan at?
Hollywood.
Ooh.
And then next week going, and then next Sunday going to see Shinedown, Papa Roach.
Oh, with Papa Roach. That's awesome.
Papa Roach is always fun to see. I love it when they open for Shinedown. It's a great concert. Those two bands just really put on a great show. We paid a bunch for those tickets.
Oh, Hollywood Casino?
Yeah.
I thought you were flying to California.
Oh no.
I was like, that's awesome, man. I've been to the Hollywood Bowl. It's cool.
No, I'm flying to California.
I was like, man, this guy's a diehard fan.
Screw California.
Oh my god, I'd never drive to California.
I've done it.
I've done it many times, but I lived in Idaho.
I would never because their traffic is so
Yeah,
bad.
it's not that
Yep.
bad.
Oh god.
It's bad, but it's not that bad. Honestly, they're a little more considerate than St. Louis area.
Oh, I don't drive in St. Louis.
You
either.
put on your signal and you go. You don't wait. You go. If you wait, nobody will let you over.
I'm not a very aggressive driver. So, anytime I'm in like St. Louis, I make my boyfriend drive or make my mom drive. Fuck, I'd make my kid drive if I had to. I am not driving in St. Louis. I fucking hate it. You like get honked at if you turn your blinker on. Like fuck you.
You ran into if you stop, so you know.
There would be a literal like stop sign, and you're getting backed in. You're getting like fucking rear-ended.
That's why I drive a truck. They're less likely to hit me.
Well, I
They
can't.
do a lot more damage to their car if they hit me.
I can't get a new car. I would love one. My car is a piece of. I hate that thing, but I just can't. So.
But
So you get what you get in retrofit. My original car, I loved that thing. I had a 2009 Ford Escape.
Oh, yeah.
It had like 40,000 miles on it. It was my grandma's. She gave it to me. I was so grateful. Crashed into a tree. There was a June bug flying at me in the car. Crashed.
Oh,
I was
no.
scared. So.
wow. So take away Madison's license.
No, don't take away my license. I'm still a good driver. It was just scary because there was a June bug flying at me. I don't like bugs.
Okay, take away Madison's license. She's a danger on the road because she's not paying attention to the road. She's paying attention to a June bug.
Oh my god. I just heard its wings. I heard it.
Yeah.
Listen, I hit a curb. I like drove on the curb for a minute. I took a sign out of the ground and then I hit the tree. My car got totaled.
Yeah.
There was just a thing in
both airbags went off.
Somewhere in St. Louis County where somebody hit a sign and knocked the sign up in the air and came down and killed a pedestrian.
Oh.
Yeah, I read about that like a couple weeks ago.
That's so scary. Oh my god. And then I had to pay for the sign too.
How much was it?
It was like $50.
$50.
Did you get to keep the sign?
No, I didn't even get to keep it.
I mean,
They just fined me to like put it back up.
by transactional logic, that's your sign now. I'd go back and go get it.
That's what I'm thinking. That's a good point, guys.
Tear it out of the ground, take it
It was
home.
actually like right down the street by Emos. You know, on that road it's like 25.
God, I'm glad we're so safe up here in the second story from her.
Right next to that school.
Right,
Yeah.
Right next to the school.
That's where I crashed.
Slamming signs and trees right by the school.
It was okay. It was like 8 a.m.
Not to mention how many kids she hit.
I was 9 months pregnant. I was supposed to give birth in 3 days.
Oh my god.
Okay. And the EMTs were like, "You're drunk. We know you're drunk." I was not drunk. I was
like, really?
18, hugely pregnant. It was 8 a.m.
Yeah, it's beer belly.
Yes, it was a beer belly. No, I had a huge belly.
You gotta pour some more ink, sir, so get up, move around, so
Sure.
your leg doesn't fall asleep there.
Yeah, the EMTs were like, "We're gonna breathalyze you when you get to the hospital." I was like, "I don't care."
They can't do that without a police order.
Well, the police wanted to as well, so. And they did, and guess what? It was 0.00000 because I was not drunk. I'm just stupid.
You said that.
Not drunk, just stupid.
That is recorded. That is on the internet now forever.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are watching right now.
And other people will watch it. I've got one video with like 70 watches. I mean, for around like 2 minutes, but hey.
They won't be watching this long. What are we, like an hour in?
Yeah. Well, it's like, God, I need to get up to 1,000 views on one video so I can monetize.
Yeah.
Hasn't happened yet, but I haven't been doing this very long.
Do more TikToks, and then you can get monetized on TikTok too.
I don't do TikTok.
TikTok is very popular.
That's what I shorten these down so Shania can put them on TikTok, but we've been too busy working on the calendar shit.
I could start helping you guys with the TikToks.
Yeah, the last person that said that complained that, oh, it's so much work, yeah.
It's fucking TikTok. They're like fucking 1 minute videos.
You're the one that offered to do it, you know?
Well, I'm not the other person. So.
Yeah,
Well,
but like,
we have to record them on iPhones. The Samsung is so crappy quality.
whatever.
I'm just saying, it would be a good idea. If I make it past, when I make it past my 2 weeks, now he's gonna shut the door on me.
Yeah.
When I make it past my
Yeah.
2 weeks,
If.
I will, and then I get past my 30 days.
Well, mine are actually recorded through that, and they're saved to YouTube, and then I download them, and I edit them in Premiere, so that they're shortened down into.
Well, we wouldn't just do the live streams, we would do like fun shop stuff too.
Yeah, the last person who said that bitched and moaned and complained after we gave them access to it that,
Well, I'm completely
that they
different
were like,
person.
that's so much work.
Well, Tracy, I'm a completely different person.
It's too
from
much
that
work
person.
for me to do.
So,
But they couldn't even do anything else.
Video editing's fun.
Sometimes.
It's a bit tedious. You can see that, but
This is-
I like that kind of work.
Because like the other night I'm sitting here editing a video and my wife's like, how many times are they going to say that? And I'm like, I'm literally trying to find the start of that. I'm trying to get exactly on the start of that, so I'm moving and like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm backing up a little bit and like trying to get it exactly on that spot. So like I keep watching it and she's like,
Yeah.
oh. And it's like, I'm not trying to annoy you with it. I'm trying to find right before they say that so that it,
Yeah, it's like frame by frame.
Yeah, so I'm like, I keep moving and then play. Oh, no. Play. Oh, no, still move. Oh, no, no. You know, then, you gotta back up now.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Alright.
Because I was right at the start. I wanted to edit it down for right at the start, and I'm like, I asked them if they were ready. And she's like, God, how many times did they say that? And I'm like, just once. I just keep backing up. The one I shortened down to. But if you want to watch it, it's on there. It's tattoos by TE, all one word.
All right.
Tattoos bite.
And there's a Sam knee tattoo with like a 2-minute video. And it is like just chopped down. Heavy metal playing. Because what else do you play on a tattoo
whoops.
going that fast?
Guess I'm leaking.
Oh, that's going to happen with all this. That's why these can be a lot for someone to go through, because there's a lot of trauma to the skin. Some people get a fever after this.
Oh yeah. So after that last tattoo that we did, I did finally see what you're talking about with tattoo sickness. I went home, and right when I got home and finally like took a load off, I felt terrible. I got like real sick. Felt like I had a really bad chest cold. And I
My
ended
first
up
tattoo, that's how I was.
I took a nap and I felt like $1,000,000. It was
Yeah,
instantly
all
better.
those endorphins and stuff that rushing through, and adrenaline.
Yeah, my body was just going into shock. I was like kind of shaking a little bit like a leaf. Yeah, but
because it's a lot to sit through.
yeah, quick nap though, it felt good.
It's kind of almost like getting a bad sunburn.
Yeah.
So the bigger one you get, the more.
Like when you get sun sickness, that's the same as
Yeah.
like tattoo sickness. In my
Kind of
opinion.
similar. Yeah.
I got sun sickness in Florida.
Oh,
So I have some symptoms.
Yeah, I got that. Had some last year. Helped my friend move from California to Seattle, and it was in the
What
summer.
a change.
Yeah, it was in the summer, and so we went to go leave California. And I had to drive his car, and it didn't have AC,
oh.
so I was fucked. It was two straight days of just driving in the heat, just blistering heat.
Sounds like
I would have been pissed. I would have been like, why did you not take your own car?
Sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, that was tough. I felt dehydrated and weak for like a couple weeks.
I bet.
That can kill you.
Yeah.
Heat exhaustion is a serious thing.
Oh yeah.
So the next step is heat stroke.
Yep.
I've had heat exhaustion before. It's never fun.
No. And then once you're more prone to it for the rest of your life.
That's why I stay the hell out of the sun. my Disney princess skin over here, I don't want it to.
Yeah, that's why I'm right there with you. That's why you're tattooing it. I can't do anything with this pasty skin.
At least you're not doing something crazy, with like dyeing or tattooing all your skin black and then like dyeing your hair white and doing some like lavender contacts and saying you're a drow elf or something.
Not yet.
Is that the next step?
Yes.
I'm waiting for someone to do it. Identify as drow.
Can you tattoo my skin red and we'll call me a tiefling?
Call you a what?
A tiefling?
A what?
A tiefling!
I don't know what the fuck that is. How do we tattoo you orange and call you Charmander? Or yellow and call you Pikachu?
There you go.
I was gonna make an Asian joke against myself and then I decided not to.
You're saying Asian joke against yourself?
Yeah. Like, am I not already yellow? I'm technically olive.
No, Olive was here the other day.
I'm gonna fist fight Olive until Olive comes back.
I think Olive's gotten a little too flaky. Because Olive was talking about coming hanging out a couple days a week, but that was all last we heard of that. But it happens. People, lives change.
Yeah.
I wish all was back too, but so much back. Which makes me wonder, did you ever play D&D?
Yep.
Forgotten Realms or
Huh?
Forgotten Realms?
I don't remember the name of what it was. I didn't get too far into it, but I dabbled a little bit just to see what it was about.
Did you watch the movie?
No. Although I heard they just did another one.
Yeah, it just Honor Among Thieves. It's set in one of the major, like there's different realms in D&D.
Uh-huh.
Forgotten Realms is like one of the big ones, biggest ones.
Yeah.
And it was set in Forgotten Realms, so I'm just wondering how many other D&D movies are going to come out with set in Forgotten Realms.
Yeah. So it just came out with the Baldur's Gate 3 just went out.
Yeah, I heard that. I don't have time to play games though.
Yeah, that one's turning into a huge success, which is really good for the franchise.
I still have the original Baldur's Gate.
Really?
It's like 7 discs.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be worth something soon.
That's what my grandma used to say about Beanie Babies.
And
And they're not.
they were at one point. Before September 11th, a lot of collector stuff had ridiculous values to it. And then the collector market crashed after September 11th because everyone was afraid what was going to happen with the economy and everything. And the collector's market just never really recovered that well.
Yeah, my grandma has so much stuff that she was like, "Oh, when I die, this will be worth a lot of money," and it's not. It's okay though. Now we got a lot of stuff that my grandma had, and you know, not enough space for it.
Everybody can use a Beanie Baby.
She wants them split up between the grandchildren, but none of the grandchildren have come by to get their stuff, well, except me. So.
That's how it usually works.
That's because I was her favorite though. So it's just how it goes.
Oh, I know all my mom's favorite.
I have it in writing. My grandma wrote it.
Well, I'm sure she wrote that a lot though. How many grandkids does she have?
She has 12, but
She
I'm
probably
only.
wrote that a lot.
Hell no,
I
it's
read
not.
that about 12 times. Well, Shania always jokes that she's my mom's favorite daughter. She has two real daughters, two biological daughters. But my one sister lives, same state, same city as my mom, but sometimes I think I see my mom more than she does.
That's sad.
And I live 10 hours away.
10.
Yeah. Quite a few.
You're taking this like a champ, dude.
Oh.
Oh,
He said, "Oh."
He'll pay for a waiter.
Yeah. I just gotta sit down.
Like it's nothing.
He's doing all the work. I just sit here.
I'm so used to that.
You're taking it like a champ too, Tracy.
I didn't call you a champ.
No, that's what I meant.
Yeah. I don't know. The needle's just so big. In a weird way, it kind of just doesn't hurt. there's just so much all at once that I don't know.
Okay, let's go this way. I guess we'll start over here, and then we'll get this done a little bit, and we'll flip you over. And I don't know. How many times did I tell you that? So how long in total have you been waiting to get this part done?
In total
Yeah.
for the legs, leg
Yeah.
piece specifically. Let's see. I did my kneecap and the shin bone. Like 2015.
Oh shit.
It was right before I deployed, so I took this. I took this like
Wow.
super unfinished piece, and that was hectic. And then but after I got back, so like 2016, started doing some of the fill, and then probably 2017 got I've used stippling for these top two stripes, so they're like a little extra patchy.
So quite a while.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's commitment. Where were you deployed to again?
I went to Syria.
Oh, you're talking about hot.
Yeah, good times.
Sure, nothing like going to a country where you can't drink.
Yeah.
shoot at you, but hell, you live in the St. Louis area, so.
You guys know it too.
We should get combat pages for living in this area.
You ever tattooed a lip?
Yeah, they suck.
Oh, really?
And most time they don't stay.
No.
Like an outside of the lip or inside?
Inside.
Yeah, most time they don't stay.
Yeah,
People
okay.
end up sucking them out in their sleep. Even if you try to pack your mouth with big gauze and stuff, people still like try to suck it out.
Yeah. Ink doesn't taste all that good.
Well, part of it's because you have an injury in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing we freaking do when we have an injury in our mouth.
Yeah, you just touch it.
You suck on it and
Yeah.
stuff, and you touch your tongue to it. You can't leave it the hell alone. I mean, I've had a few stay really well.
Yeah.
Majority of them. You lose most of it.
You ever have to do any like hard symbols on a lip tattoo or anything with like straight edges or lines?
I've done a lot of text.
Yeah, like I figure most people typically get like writing.
Yeah.
No.
One girl, it was well, as she said, her nickname was capital L, capital P, lowercase E-N-I-S. Penis.
Okay, I was like, maybe I'm spelling this wrong.
Yeah, I was like, hold on.
Pen is.
It's like, wow.
Le pen is.
Penins. I was like, good God, how's that your nickname and why do you want it on the inside of your lip?
Who gave this to you? Have you ever done any like symbols?
I didn't. I'm trying to remember. I've done quite a long time. I did most of them a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
The last lip tattoo I did was probably back pre-COVID.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Because it just most of the time I tell people, well, no, you don't want that. Because they don't stay well.
No.
I mean, you feel like you're tattooing your own finger when you do one. Because you really got to put it in there.
Yeah.
And then they turn around and they literally suck it out of their lip before it heals.
Yeah. I was just wondering.
Five damn times.
I've been curious about a lip tattoo.
Yeah, if you want something temporary, that's the way to go.
I need reparation.
You want to say reparation?
Huh?
You said you wanted to say reparation?
No, I need to repair the
Oh.
tattoo that's already there.
Oh, you already got one.
Yeah. It's just it was a symbol and I didn't stay. I didn't think about it as I'm sitting here like tattooing a crown, Kingdom Hearts crown.
Okay.
And then it looked great. And then I let go of my lip and then when I pulled it back I wasn't contorting it the exact same way. So now it looks like the rebel sign from Star Wars. And I was like, whoops.
Surprised you got that much.
Looked great for, like you said, looked great for a couple days, and then lost a lot of ink.
Yeah, that's what happens with them.
Yeah.
I used to work with a girl who had one, and the guy who did it, he went too high up on the lip. So all you
Like
you can see this just like little, looks like she had something on her lip all the time. Drives me fucking batty. It's like, you got something, oh, never mind.
yeah, it's always interesting to go to the dentist.
That's when you get please daddy inside your lip or something.
Just get like a do not resuscitate.
I had to do that on a lady's chest, right over her heart, DNR. I'm like, okay, that's what you really, really want for your first and only tattoo.
To be instructions for the ER.
I'm surprised you don't have like your blood type and shit tattooed on your.
They'll figure it out. If they don't, oh well.
I did so many of those.
Blood types? Or like a dog tag?
Yep.
No. Any minute I didn't have to wear them, I took them off.
Sure.
With my mother.
You know, in Idaho, I mean, mountain division, so you had a lot of guys that spent time in Iraq and Afghanistan, and
Yeah.
sometimes I'd get them like on the both ankles, both wrists, and then on their chest, you know.
In case one of them gets blown off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to carry tourniquets in our pockets the same way.
Yep. Well, if you got a bad bleed, just apply it to the neck. That'll solve the bleeding problem.
Yeah, it'll solve all your problems.
I don't know what the fuck I was watching the other day, and they said something about applying a tourniquet to the neck. And I was like, this was, you know, like one of those, God, what was I watching? And I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me right now? People watch this stuff and they take it as like gospel. So if you're on your, you know, on some show telling people to put a tourniquet around someone's neck, people are gonna do it.
They will,
You know?
yeah.
People aren't generally smart. A person is smart. People are dumb, dangerous, panicky animals, and you know it. Bonus points if you can name that movie.
I can't say I can.
I'll give you a hint. Said by Tommy Lee Jones.
I definitely can't.
Opposite Will Smith.
Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. Now I'm just curious. Oh, Men in Black?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Will Smith first finds out about aliens and he's like, well, why don't you tell people? People are smart. Tommy Lee Jones says, person is smart. People are dumb, dangerous, panicky animals, and you know it. I haven't seen that movie in ages.
Yeah. Yeah, same. Didn't they just do a third one?
There was, yeah, I think there was Men in Black International or something.
Yeah,
Never
2019. That's right.
Never saw that one.
This is. Oh man.
So I think it was Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah. Different cast. Yeah. Tessa Thompson, Chris Hemsworth.
Yep. You know, I hated the new Ghostbusters. Like not Ghostbusters 3, but that remake. Like Chris Hemsworth made the whole thing.
Just carried the whole thing on his back.
Oh God, just some of the lines in that because he's so stupid in that. He's like has two pictures, like modeling pictures, and he's like, which one makes me look more like a doctor? Me playing saxophone or me listening to saxophone? It's literally in that picture. He's holding the saxophone to his ear. The rest of the movie was awful, but he was great. Bored yet, Madison?
No.
Well, I was bored like an hour and a half ago.
I'm a little hungry, but that's all.
If this is exciting, well.
I'm excited.
I guess kind of the worst part of it is when you're the tattoo artist is that you're having to watch the paint dry while putting it down.
Very slow process.
Yeah, everyone else can like jump on, watch a YouTube video, and be like, "Yeah, I'm out of here."
Right.
That's boring.
But you gotta do it.
Start scrolling forward.
Yeah.
Get to the end.
Because as the artist, there's points you hit in a tattoo where you're like, "Man, is this ever gonna be done?"
Did you reach that point yet?
And the answer to that question is probably not.
Hello.
It is, yes.
Do some work here because we had him scheduled till 4. So more work you gotta get done.
You got another client coming in at 4?
No,
Oh, okay.
I have to watch Lexi do piercing
Oh, nice.
because everyone seems to struggle with right nostrils. So it's like I gotta take and walk them through right nostrils.
What's so hard about it?
Being right-handed, you're working across the body, so you have to pay extra close attention to your angle. It's for some reason very easy to screw the angle up.
Really?
I guess that makes sense.
Piercing, once you line up your angle, you don't want to move your hand. Like, and by move your hand, I mean when you go to push the needle, you want to keep that angle that you're at. Instead of a lot of people, what they'll do, they'll have it lined up and then they'll go like this and push.
Oh.
Versus pushing.
I hooked it on there and just popped it through. But that's why I should probably be coming to you guys. I just keep winging it on my own.
Yeah, see, when you're a professional, you gotta take it, you gotta do it right. Now, that being said, there are plenty of people out there that call themselves professionals that do not do it right.
Oh, no. I figured I just needed a hole in my nostril, so I was good to go.
It was necessary.
Yeah.
That day, that moment.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna put a little ring in it, it doesn't need to
I
be.
don't care where it was at, just somewhere in my nose.
Yeah. I kind of got a feel for where the ring was gonna be once it was in, and then I went from the bottom inside of the nostril, and I just punched it through.
Well, you're a glutton for punishment, much more than other people.
When I wanted my nose piercing, I wanted to do it myself, but I was like, oh no, no. And then
When someone got screwed up?
Yeah. Actually, it's not that bad. It's just not even.
Yeah, a little lower than what they should be. Now, you're talking to a guy who's been doing this for 23
Right.
years. With that being said, I've seen photos go claim they've been doing it this long, but still don't know how to put it.
My septum ring was so easy though. Oh my god. It slid through like butter. I didn't even feel it.
Yeah, you shouldn't really. It's down in the right spot.
telling you, Tracy.
Well, I pierced a few of them.
Well, I'm saying, like, I was scared because I didn't know if it was going to hurt. Because I've heard so many horror stories about septums.
Oh yeah, because a lot of them get pierced in the wrong spot.
But,
They get pierced in the columella, not in the septum. I mean, the columella is part of the septum, but they don't get pierced in what we traditionally look at as the septum for piercing. They pierce down in the columella, which is not where it should be. And then a lot of people that pierce it there, the people who pierced it will tell people, "Oh, it'll correct itself." And it's like,
how
how
is
the
it
hell is
supposed to
it
do
going to
that?
do that? Yeah, usually what happens is it corrects itself right out of the body.
It rejects.
Yep.
And then can you get one after that? Even
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's good.
then you're putting it in the right spot. But I've seen them like so crooked, and people they were told, "Oh, they said it would straighten itself out."
Oh my God.
How the hell is it supposed to know what straight is?
My friend Lexi, she has she has a septum piercing, or so she says. But that thing is so crooked.
Yeah, you gotta love that.
And I told her that because she asked me if I would help her change out the jewelry because I've changed my jewelry out, and I was like, sure, yeah. And it was just so crooked. I was like, who did this to you? She's like, oh, my friend. I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Your friends are the worst things.
What's the craziest piercing you've had to do?
Craziest piercing that I have done or do normally.
Have done?
Yeah. Didos.
What's that?
That is the head of the glands on top. I don't know what glands is. It's part of the penis.
Yeah.
And basically the little ridge along the top backside of the head pierced through there.
God.
Oh my
That's not the
God.
worst part. The guy got out when I did it. That was the worst part.
Oh. Did you
I was like, dude, come on, seriously?
I don't know if Shania's gonna do something. We just have 2 more noses walking. I have 3 right now that I gotta do.
I'm a long freaking way from being done. So. Three? Did you only have one scheduled?
Yeah, and now I have 3. And probably 5. That's fine. I don't care.
It's money, right?
Yeah, no, I'm cool with it.
Sure, father.
So that doesn't reject in that spot?
It can. Any piercing can reject.
Yeah. Or the zipper's gonna reject it for you.
Let's see. I had a hoodie come in the other day. She wanted new jewelry for it, and it wasn't even. It was her hood, but it wasn't properly pierced.
Oh.
I was just like, I look at it and I'm like, that's not right. Like, how do you even still have that? Why isn't that migrated out? That's not the proper placement of that at all. Basically, instead of going through the hood and coming out the backside, they somehow pinched it up and pierced through it. Like basically what would be called a trans piercing, like a trans, I guess it'd be a trans hood.
Oof.
It's basically when you pierce the lobe, and you pierce.
Mirror down.
Instead of piercing like straight through your lobe, if you pierce like from like the side of the lobe, so you got that whole bunch that you're going through, it's called a transverse lobe. So I guess that would be a transverse hood.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I saw it when she put the mirror down to look at it with the jewelry and everything, and then I looked it up later online because I wanted to look at it, and I was like, that's not the same as what I saw earlier. Didn't she say she wanted to come back and get it fixed?
Yeah, we'll see what she does.
People say things all the time.
Hopefully she doesn't go back to where she went. externally threaded jewelry. Obviously, no clue where it belongs. I mean, at least he got the hood. It just,
A good thing he found that, you know?
just didn't pierce it properly.
Could you imagine? She was like, I want a hood piercing. He was like, what's a hood?
Mhm.
Jesus.
Where I used to live, it was, I can't remember how I ended up working with it. There was this one shop that I almost worked for, but then things kind of went a different direction for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up working with a guy who used to work at that shop, and he was telling me that their piercer would literally go on and watch YouTube videos before somebody came in and try to figure out how to do a piercing. It was like somebody wanted a PA piercing, and he like literally went and tried to find YouTube videos of it.
Oh my god.
Gotta love the confidence.
Yeah, it's like I was trained properly. There's a school that you can go to, and they won't teach you everything to know about piercing, but they'll teach you proper placements and stuff. It just, it costs, like $1,000 plus whatever your hotel's going to cost for the weekend, plus your airfare. But, people don't want to do that.
People don't want to learn properly. They just want to do what they want to do when they want to do it.
Yeah, I can attest to that.
Yeah, I mean, I got one of those sitting in my chair.
Yeah, I ended up having a lot of piercings at one point, and I think only one of them was actually done in a shop. The tongue was the only thing I was scared to do on my own.
I was never crazy enough to get piercings on my own.
Really?
Or like
It's
do it
not-
myself at least. I
not
had
too
to go
bad.
to the shop. I was.
Like nipples were nice because I could just kind of be a little bitch about it. I just went like really slow, and it was like an hour-long process because it hurt real
You
bad.
did your own?
Yeah.
Hopefully, you didn't go through your areola.
I don't know. I hope not.
Hopefully, you went through the nipple itself.
I don't know.
I see so many times where people come in, they're like, I
Ow.
need longer jewelry for my nipple piercings. And you're like, okay, well, let's measure you because, I need to make sure that we're getting you the right length.
Oh yeah, getting custom jewelry was important.
And they show them, and you're like, oh, that's not your nipple, that's your areola. Or it's like, oh, that's your boob. But it kills me. It's like people don't. I mean, and obviously, somebody's teaching these people how to do it, and they don't know themselves how it's done.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times, they're the ones that are the quickest. Instead of saying, "Oh, thank you, I didn't know that," and they're the ones that jump on to try to attack you and say, "Oh no, that's how it's done." It's like, no, actually, it's not.
I just knew that they were possible and they could be done, so I bought a box of 114 gauge needles and went to town.
Oh, 14 on a male nipple. Oh.
14, did my eyebrow, 2 nostrils, did 6 cartilage, both my earlobes, nipples, went to the unmentionables, and I also pierced my hand.
Hand web.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
Yeah, that one sucked. That one I actually ended up taking out. It was rejecting, hurt for months, never healed properly. And
I did a few of those back in the day.
yeah, it sucked.
I mean, at one point in time, I was more willing to stick a needle just about anywhere on somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the longer you do it, you learn, okay, that's not smart.
There are 9 people in our front lobby right now. 9. Because they came as a group, but only a few of them want piercings. It's not that exciting to watch piercings.
No, it's not. It's not exciting to watch anything in the body.
I mean, I'd rather get a piercing done than watch somebody get one.
I mean, piercings are fast, at least for me. So it's not necessarily like watching paint dry.
I say piercings aren't that fun to watch as I'm watching blackout tattoo.
Yeah.
So did you do your arms?
Did a little bit on my left, but I'm right-handed, so I had to get this done. It was as bad as it looks. It's a chop job.
Yeah, you did a better job on yourself.
It's okay, don't feel bad. I did some of my own too. And they look like shit. And I'm gonna have to pay Tracy to cover them up eventually.
But you just love them, you know? Like,
I don't, actually.
Really?
I don't at all.
oh man, I took pride. I knew it looked like shit, but I
No,
was like, yeah.
so I
it's my
had
shit.
something under here
Yeah.
before I got this one. And like every time my mom would take pictures of me holding my daughter, I would just cry because I had to look at those tattoos.
Oh
So
no.
I would wear long sleeves in the summer. Like it was terrible. It made me cry so hard.
Yeah, I feel you.
But
I've been
it's
wearing
my own
pants.
fault because I'm an idiot for doing it myself.
Second time you said something like that on, live stream.
But also,
I got that recorded forever.
Amazon should not be selling tattoos.
No, they should
It's
not.
true.
They really should
They
not.
just should not be doing that. So it's not. I mean, I was like 16.
Yeah, same.
15, 16, like that's not. My frontal lobe wasn't even fully developed. It's still not. So,
That's good
am
times.
I an idiot or is Amazon a bad place to?
Well, there's certain things that you can't buy on Amazon unless you're licensed to buy it. And some things you can't buy in some states, but they still sell it. And that's the problem. Is they should not be able to sell tattoo equipment to Missouri because you have to be licensed to tattoo in Missouri.
In Illinois, you can open a shop and not even have a license for it.
You need a shop for the license, not for yourself. The shop has to be licensed, the artist does not.
Isn't that so crazy though?
In Idaho, you can't pierce or tattoo anyone under the age of 14 or under 18 without parental consent. That's it. That's the only law.
That's all. That's it.
That is all. That is everything.
So is Missouri strict or smart?
Strict, but they don't follow up with it. So it's a felony to tattoo without a license, but they don't go after people who.
Don't report me. Don't report me, Tracy, please.
They're more likely to go after a shop for the smallest thing. Even then, they're kind of. Our state inspections are ridiculously short.
Really?
Like, and if you look at the state requirements of what you have to have for a tattoo shop, I'm the only shop that I've been in. This is the only shop I've been in that have met those requirements.
Oh, that's good.
Because you can't.
Glad all the other ones are open though.
Because you have to have a separate hand washing sink outside of the bathroom that is not shared with like a dirty tool processing area. You have to have an extra hand washing sink.
You have freedom.
We got one here. We got 2 in the piercing room. We got 1 in the sterilization room. You don't wash your hands in the dirty room, but you should never be in there unless you're doing piercing. Unless you do piercing stuff.
We'll see. I already told you. We'll see.
And yeah. So every shop I've worked in, guess what? No extra hand washing station. And the hand washing stations they do have are either the bathroom or the same place where they clean dirty tools.
That's how it is at Inkstop.
Don't say any more names.
Oh, sorry. That's how it is at this one shop that I was at one point in time.
Don't say names on there.
Sorry. I think I forget that we're live streaming. That's why I called myself stupid on this live stream twice.
It'll never make the rap party.
Okay, sir. I'm going to wipe this down and then we'll flip you around.
I'm so excited.
All right. Yeah.
It's looking
We
good.
don't have a lot, I think, to do. I don't think we have that much to do on the backside there.
Getting towards the end, huh?
I mean, granted, for this session, yeah, it's definitely, I already can tell where it's going to be weak.
Yeah.
That's the nature of doing this. You can't overwork it too much.
Yeah. It's all part of the process. It's all part of the fun.
Okay, go ahead and hop on up there. Maybe. So, turn around so you can see what. So, yeah, we got probably maybe 40 minutes or so.
Cool.
One more 8 to go.
big stretch. Big stretch. Put your arms in the air, wave them like you just don't care.
But I don't. You know, it's funny, if you look at the regulations for Missouri for tattoo shop. She's not a deer.
I might need your opinion on if I can do a mirrored on this girl's nose, because I say no, I'd say it's pierced with blood. Yeah. Because she picked this flower, and so she's okay with me piercing it unmatching. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You guys get a bunch of people here to start screaming?
Hmm?
You guys get a bunch of people here to start screaming? Get tattoos?
Okay, listen, I'm like day 5.
Oh, really?
I'm like day 5, so I don't really know how it is regularly, but thus far, no. But yesterday we had a girl almost pass out from getting a piercing change. Not even a new piercing. Not even like a needle going through, just a change.
Was it like a dermal?
It was a nose.
Oh. What?
Just a nostril, like right here.
Like a regular nostril piercing? Just changing it out?
Yeah, but I mean, I guess it happens. Not everybody can tolerate a lot of pain.
Yeah, no, I can respect it. It's just a little strange. I mean, I didn't really think nostril hurt that bad.
I thought so too, but
Yeah.
you know, to each their own.
A lot of piercings aren't as bad as some people think.
My septum definitely wasn't. Everybody was like, "Oh my god, they hurt so bad."
I don't know if I have the right septum to be able to do that. Kind of like a little knot.
Mine was like butter. I was like 16.
Really?
Yeah, and he was like, "All right." He was like, "You have a perfect like spot right here to get it." And I was like, "Fantastic." And he like just pushed it through. I didn't even feel it. I was like, he was like, "Did that hurt?" I was like, "No, not at all, actually."
Septum would be fun. I've never had a septum piercing.
What all have you had pierced?
So I did 3 black spikes on the top of each cartilage.
And you did them?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was probably my worst. I think pain wise, and I bled a lot for that. Yeah, my lobes, 2 in the nostril, eyebrow, smiley tongue, then I stretched my tongue, lip, my hands.
So you had a lot.
Yeah, it was a ton. But I ended up having to take them all out, and I just keep like my nostril and the nipples because I don't want to have to do it again if I ever decide I want it again.
Okay, sir, you ready?
Yeah. I can't imagine doing my nipples on my own. Oh my gosh, that would hurt.
It's a fun process, but
That would hurt.
You can go slow.
Which is a lot nicer.
I'd rather it just be super fast and done.
Yeah, I think it was easier that way.
I have a question, Tracy. Would you really not keep me and Jaden both on? Since we know each other?
Maybe, I don't know.
I was just curious.
Would you like to know?
I would also like to know what you're thinking about my 2 weeks thus far. So
I think
tell me.
you're back at day 1. It's
What?
Yesterday.
What'd you say?
I think you're back. Today's day 1.
No, it is not, Tracy. I'm on day 5.
Whatever.
I put in my time.
You wish you were day 1.
I do. I wish I was at day 15. You know why? Because then I'd be past my 2 weeks.
No, because every time you turn around, you're losing a day.
I don't
Just
see
like-
how, though. Do you even remember how I lost these days?
Yeah.
How?
Mouthing off or something.
I don't mouth off. I'm not a mouthy woman.
No. I mean, technically I can in the state of Missouri because that falls under tattooing, but no.
Do what?
Have you ever done it before?
Not on purpose. I mean, tattoos somebody too deep, but no, I've never cut flesh off and cauterized it. I assume that's the version you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'm just curious if you're interested.
Yeah, that kind of, yeah, it doesn't sound like fun to me.
Really?
Yeah, I'd rather do branding than scarification, but I can't do branding because I'm not licensed for it.
Oh, is that a different license?
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, completely different license.
Dude, no, the roof. I have both my roof pierced now. It is painful. Anything outside of your earlobes and the ears is great. Show you like what piercings you can get when you come here. You don't have a bad piercing. Oh yeah, like you have really good, you have like two piercings, honestly. Really? It looks like you have a good jaw. You have a good area too. Like it's good too. Yeah, you get line. So you have a really big jaw. The sound is worse than the piercing itself. That's what you want to put together.
Can I eat after this?
Take apart, you literally there's no threading, none of that. Yeah.
Just making sure you're not gonna starve me.
Oh, I'm starving.
What'd you say?
I'm starving.
So you can twist it.
I can feed you things.
Nope, can't food them. That's right in the state law. Amazing how many places violate that too.
I've fed people things while they were tattooing at another shop. She asked me to.
You can't.
No,
No, I'm just saying.
now that
legally
you're
can't.
telling me, now I know.
Yeah, you can't have any food, client or tattoo artist.
It's so interesting how many things I learned from you.
Yeah, it's amazing how many places don't stay up on top of the state, on top of their state rules and regulations.
I mean, that's pretty important if you want to stay open.
Yeah, you'd think so. You would think so. The state doesn't check most of that stuff. If you walked in and if they walked in and you were doing it, yeah, that would be one thing. But they make the complaint process so difficult.
This day has gone by really fast.
Yes, it has.
What'd you say?
Yes, it has.
Tracy, if I wanted to get my nipples pierced, could you do one and Lexi do the other at the same time?
It'd be better if it was Shania. I don't know.
Well, either one.
Experience.
Either one.
Yeah, Shania and I have done tandems, but it could be worse, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, the reason why is because you can't guarantee the exact moment each person's going to go.
Oh, God.
So even if you're saying, okay, on 3, and one person goes a split second before the other, and you get both of them right after each other, It can be worse.
I've heard some people get one because they build up the adrenaline and they're all scared, and then they get the second one later, so that adrenaline is happening again, so it hurts a little bit less.
Well, the second one hurts more than the first one.
That's what my friend Izzy told me when she got hers done.
It's mentally, it's kind of mental, you know, because the first one going in, you're like thinking it's going to hurt really bad, and then you go, oh, that didn't hurt that bad.
And then it does hurt that bad.
And then the second one, you're like, okay, that first one didn't hurt, so this isn't going to hurt. And then, bam, it just sidelined you.
It's just like right hook.
Yeah, I mean, Shania and I have done tandem before. That was actually her first piercing, was a tandem nipple. That was a nipple, then her second one, then we did tandem. See, it's like I usually have to wait till I see their hands start to move before I go. Otherwise, I go, you jump, and they can't follow. You know, and if you jump at all, they move. You know, they lose their placement. So I have to wait till they go or start to go, and then I go because I can account for your twitching and stuff.
Right.
If it happens. My mentor and I, we did a lot of tandem piercings together. But he doesn't do that anymore. He stopped doing it years ago. I don't know why. He loved doing it, and then he just kind of stopped doing it.
When Dominic gets paid, I'm gonna have Shania do a curation for me for my ears. I think. I want some ear piercings. Everybody else has a bunch of them. I have one on each, and then possibly two if something will go through them.
What do you see on my ears?
What'd you say?
What do you see on my ears?
Well, that's different. You're not a girl. You're not one of the girls.
You're sexist.
What'd you say?
You're a sexist.
I am not. I am not.
I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. You set yourself up for that one.
I know. I mean, you could if you wanted to. You could have a bunch of piercings if you wanted, but you just don't. But all the girls here do. I want to be one of the girls, you know?
What's wrong with being one of the guys?
I am not a guy. I don't have a penis. So.
Yeah, that's a funny thing. Girls always say that. But it's like, well, you can get anyone you want, so. Guys, we're stuck with the one we have.
But I do love working somewhere with just one funny man and a lot of girls.
Versus the guys who are calling you trash and stuff.
That, you know, yeah, that's not so fun. Or tasing me. That's not so fun.
I don't have a taser, I just have a handgun, so.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be a shooting.
It would just be like, it would just be one. And,
yeah, just be one.
One and done, that's it.
No, you go for the left arm
That's
or
what,
something.
is that what you're going to use if I try to come back after my 2 weeks?
No.
I'm just kidding.
You're not trying to get me to say I'm going to commit murder.
I'm just kidding. We're just joking. We're just having a good time.
You end up dead and I'm screwed. Good nobody's watching us.
Thank God. This is the one time it's good that nobody's watching the live stream because you can just edit this out when you post it.
Oh, I don't edit out any voice. I edit it down for breaks and beginning and end stuff that doesn't need to be on there.
Right.
And then I'll do the short version. Holy shit, there's stripes here. God, I don't don't know if you're black with white stripes or white with black stripes.
You know zebras are actually black with white stripes?
Or
Yes, I did!
are they white with black stripes?
What'd you say?
Or are they white with black stripes?
No, they're black with white stripes. Look it up.
Or are they white with black stripes?
No, I'm telling you. Scientifically, they're black
Or-
with white stripes.
The earth is flat, so.
Oh, God. Are you a flat earther, Tracy?
No, I like boobs.
What'd you say?
I can't say it too loud. I'm sure the microphone already picked me up on that one. I said no, I like boobs.
I don't have any, so. Yesterday I did, today I didn't.
Happens.
Yeah. Sometimes they just fall off. You gotta regrow them.
Is that how it works?
What?
Is that how it works?
It is, yeah.
Like antlers.
Mm-hmm. I'm like a starfish. I regrow my arms.
Oh, well then I guess I could shoot one arm.
Tracy the Live just caught that.
She said it would grow back.
Tracy the Live just caught that.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. She said it would grow back.
I can feel the condensation on the inside there.
Yeah, well, it's humid today.
At least it feels nice and
A
shot.
lot cooler than yesterday, but
Oh yeah. I wish it would have rained all day.
it's supposed to. It's supposed to rain again.
Yeah, but it's all bright out there now.
Isn't it? I don't know. I don't know what
I
it
want
looks
dark
like.
skies.
I don't know what it looks like
If it gets
outside.
bright, I can just see it from the crack of the window. If it gets bright, that just in my head that means it's done raining for the day.
No, it's supposed to rain again. It's supposed to rain all night, pretty much. I just hope it doesn't affect the concert tomorrow.
Oh, I hope so too.
And I
For
would
your
feel
guys'
like a
sake.
lot more like baked than like moviness from the naval station, but I haven't seen anybody throw it.
Well, thank God we're getting there. My hand is starting to get exhausted. Even with this big grip, this thing's got so much vibration to it.
It's like touching like a beehive
Very angry one.
after you kicked it and threw a rock at it.
Are you at a break point or anything?
No, not even anywhere near.
I constantly do like a little like yeah. Oh, shit, well, yeah, that's the most. I feel like I think she's got my. I had a crazy ass concussion when I was in like second grade. Literally, it was a game in gym called Knockout, and I straight up, my ass was knocked out. And the school tried to say I was awake and conscious the whole time. I'm like, Dog, no, I wasn't. Shit, Ma, you should have sued me right now.
Tyler asked if we get a lot of people screaming in here. Like when they get piercings and tattoos and stuff.
Sometimes, yeah. It happens.
I said I'm on day 5, so I can't tell you what's regular at this
Yeah, it does happen.
day 5 of Infinite. Because I will pass.
Yeah.
I have to speak.
How tall are you?
My
Shania.
daughter's up 6'2", but that's, I don't know.
Everyone's tall, yeah.
You ready? You might die.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, I was gonna die for like 5 days.
Eyebrows are different though. That's brutal. Did you get black eyes?
Mhm.
What? So with eyebrow piercings, it's highly common to get black eyes because all the blood that pools here will fall back.
That's okay.
I was gonna get
When I
was like, they were not bad. When I had the piercing one year. I know.
Thank you,
I
Eddie.
was like, I got punched in the head when I got my surface piercing. I had the craziest bruise. Yeah, that's far.
How much you guys charge for
The piercing itself, or like for here, it'd be 80 for the piercings and then 25 per side for jewelry, depending on what
Stripes.
I want to see if we can.
God, their leg was pretty naked when he came in, at least on the back here.
Sometimes it's a bit angry.
Mine's still here.
But sometimes I look at him and I just have to put it to fix. So.
My boyfriend, he's here. He was down here. And I'm like, dude, no wonder you won't talk about wearing piercing. Here's your own. Go ahead and actually put your feet over and sit up straight. I want to see if I can. I'm gonna go get a towel first. In my experience, it's like the right I thought it did.
I thought I'd be able to see that over there, but I was wrong.
I look up there and it's like, wow, I still got the whole other side. Tyler, I just wanted to know we're at 2.5 hours in case we're up against the budget today.
That's totally fine.
I was like, I'm just trying to get this whole thing done today.
I got no rush.
Well, it's more about money. I got time, but I'm broke.
No, we're good. We'll be alright.
It's been a trend online. People posting, I'm available for, tattoos. The tattooers need to practice on me.
Oh my god, I've seen that.
It's like, yeah, well, I'm not available to tattoo you if I don't have money. Because, well, I have bills to pay. I like what I do. I enjoy what I do, but I still have to make money. My bills don't pay themselves. So you see this right here, I can tell that's going to need more.
Mm-hmm.
But you get to a point where you notice that it's not taking as well in the skin. That's just usually a sign that, time to move on that part of the body. It's usually that you're just going to keep causing more damage to the skin.
And then the skin gets torn up.
Yep.
Sad.
Yeah, it can be, it's kind of a sign of exhaustion. So we're going to switch that other side.
I mean, as long as you know that it might hurt a little bit more and that we're technically piercing it in the wrong spot, I can make that happen.
Okay, so roll your foot in.
Is that the first one you got to do?
Roll the,
This one did not hurt.
roll your leg out toward me.
Why
Yep.
it's piercing
Oh,
the wrong
boy,
side,
okay,
but
that's
not
a
in the
bummer.
soft, like, sweet spot.
A lot more space than I thought there.
So, like, it might have a little bit of a stronger punch to it, but like if you want to eventually do the shade, that's where you're gonna want to have it here. Because otherwise, that means taking out your other side and then you're piercing both sides essentially. you can put them on that one. I just have to take them off though, and I'm gonna sponge them, and I wear glasses too. And I'll be damned if somebody sponges my glasses. So you're gonna clean them for me.
My dog sometimes
So what we're talking about was not kind of in between where those two dots are.
and then I got the moon at first.
And then
I
I can.
think a little higher up or like
So run construction, something like that. Like right there, because if we can go a little bit forward with it.
I'll go for the one that's there.
They fixed you in the wrong spot.
And the worst part is I got both sides done like 3 or 4 times. So like they had to fix it.
Holy shit.
But I got my belly suit on.
We can do it on my phone.
But I got my belly rings on with my baby, so I have to use it.
I think,
Yeah.
I mean, you can show me your neighborhood.
Oh my god.
My belly button. So I'm a little chubbier. You see how it sits? You see how it sits? And so when you see where the top dot is, where's mine? That's where mine got pierced originally, and that was too high. So essentially, just tell her I cut it. And if you tell me you cut it for more than a year, I would almost abandon it because that thing is still in a healing.
No, I've had it for like 4 months.
I might have to stand up. It doesn't look as bad as it used to be. Okay, that's just heal. Just make sure you do your cleaning. We recommend that you clean it 3 to 5 times a day for the next 9 to 6 months. That you avoid like swimming, pool, anything like that. And if you end up getting aftercare with us today, it'd be the same aftercare for your medication. So you really clean it.
Yeah, this particular machine is 700 just from this machine.
With the water one, I load up my with the
It's not
water one.
wireless, as you can see. I do have a battery that will work on it, but sometimes that's too much weight because the battery's bigger. Something like this, you want lightweight, you don't want a lot of extra weight. The one that I recommend getting doesn't push these big needles very well. The reason I recommend the one that they do is because we talked about the adjustable stroke.
Right.
This one is a set stroke, so it's always going to operate in exactly the same stroke. I can't go. I could do soft stuff with this, but it's not going to be easy. It's really all
What's the
about
kind that you would recommend so I can write it down?
it's a peak. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. Proteus, I think.
A peak Proteus, you said?
Yeah.
I just want to look it up.
Yeah, it's affordable. And it's not a bad little machine. Just don't have problems with it because their customer service is shit.
Do be very, very careful with the top. Partially
They have a wireless version of it, but the problem with the wireless version of it is the battery tends to fall apart. And that's where we found out that their customer service is not the best.
and I put in the bigger back for that.
It's crazy because they do a lot of I mean, it could have been the person that was trying to contact them. They could have been lying to me and not actually sending stuff off and everything.
Like this one?
Yep.
I just wanted to look it up.
Yep. They have them in 3 colors.
Ooh. I want like a hot pink one.
I don't know if they have that one.
Well, not right away. When I have like a set one.
The point is you will never see it because everything gets wrapped up.
Yeah, but still. I would know. Hot pink or purple.
I'll just show you the foot pedal we have for sale. We bought it for an apprentice because they're like, oh, well, I want that one. I'll pay you back. And then we got it, and they're like, literally, I don't like it.
Jesus Christ.
So,
That's so ignorant.
$170, and I couldn't return it. But it's a lifetime warranty on it. I've been using this same one. It's this little triangular one. Right there. That little guy.
Sorry, me?
No. That little guy right there. I've been using the same one for 6 years.
There you go. You find what you like, keep it.
Definitely, no, actually, it's not what I like.
Oh.
Foot pedals are notorious for going bad.
For what?
Going bad.
Oh.
I used to go through a foot pedal about every 1 to 2 months. Because of the switches they have in them and stuff. This foot pedal's got a lifetime warranty, that's why I got it.
Right.
The size is a little annoying sometimes, it's a little small.
Oh, got it.
I'll have to have this saved now to my Google. Saved to my Google.
Okay, does that show a different? Oh no, it's the red. Okay, yeah, no, it's the red, the black and red.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, the red. I have the red, or I have the black and red.
I wanted to make sure I saved it for, after my 2 weeks when I'm here for 4 months.
We'll go over that at the point when you're ready to buy equipment.
Okay.
Or, start saving for your equipment.
That's why I was wanting to save it now.
Don't know what your status is there. Don't know how well your OnlyFans page does.
Oh, I don't have one, but I probably should.
Who doesn't have one? I thought just doing one with Santa Claus pics.
You should. I bet people would pay good money for it.
No, nothing risky or anything, just
Santa. I don't know. In this economy, I probably should have an OnlyFans. Shit. My boyfriend would have a brain aneurysm if I did it, though.
It's like, well, you need a better paying job.
Yeah, you said I'll have to start saving. No, he'll have to start saving for it.
It's crazy you guys don't live together. And, yeah, it's just kind of crazy.
Why do you say that?
It is. I mean, kind of, that you're still together, don't live together, and have a kid together. It kind of all just.
Well, the kid was an accident.
Well, yeah.
Come on.
All kids are.
I'm 19. Didn't do that on purpose.
But it's just still, it's kind of crazy though.
Yeah, I guess. I
mean,
think it's.
if it works well for you, that's great.
Well, I mean, I would enjoy it, but at the same time, like.
It'd probably be the end of your relationship.
No, I wouldn't say that, but he is really messy. I'm at his house every freaking day, but sometimes we need some days away from each other because we drive each other absolutely nuts. On those days, it's nice to just go home and be like, "Hi, Mom."
People always ask how Shania and I work together, and it's like.
Yeah, you guys work together. You guys live together.
I don't see her during the day.
That's fair.
I've got my work to do. She's got her.
You got hers. Yeah, that's fair.
We seldomly ever are anywhere apart.
I definitely more my hands down lower than I've been as a housekeeper, literally like cleaning. I used to be a
Well, this is just the start. He's eventually probably just going to black the whole damn thing out. He'll have this for a while, and then he'll go, you know what? I'm tired of it. Just black it out.
I need to do like little white stuff on it, though.
That's what I told him to do with his other arm. That's not very good.
Just black it out with like white stuff on it. You know.
Black it out. He wasn't a pro, was he, Tyler?
What's that?
The guy who did your other arm wasn't a pro, was he?
He said he worked at a shop.
Oh.
It was questionable.
He said it, but were you at that shop?
Okay. Then who the fault is, you tell me.
I'm guessing you were in the basement.
Oh, even better. It's okay. It's not worse than my leg. My leg is bad. That's the first thing I won't work on.
It's like your place or Tracy and I own the place. I've been apprenticing under Tracy for about a year and a half. I'll have my piercing license here in the next week or so once they send all that paperwork, and then I just have to go. And then I'm double checking. We're doing the team test. Yeah.
Matt, can you press the play so I can make sure the YouTube stream still works?
You could have switched it all the way back too.
Yeah. Oh, geez, okay, yeah. Way back there, aren't we?
There you go. Now it's clean.
It's straight up like if you were going to grab my ankle, I'm like, oh, that's not something you want to be grabbing right now. I just feel a little nervous at first.
I've got 4 more stripes to do after this one.
You got this, Tracy. You got this. You got this, Tyler. But you're sitting like a champ, so I don't even need to like encourage you.
I can't feel my hand anymore, so.
You got this, Tracy. You can keep going.
I stopped feeling this like an hour ago.
Right after the line work, that's when stuff.
Now, even though that one's strong and hits harder than this, like, I don't seem to notice that vibration as much as I do this one.
Really?
Same brand.
Is it maybe because it's like bigger, like a bigger?
It could be the feedback from the needle.
Yeah. Curious about. Do you have any tattoos on the other leg?
Up on my thigh and around my hip.
I just wasn't sure if like your arms and legs were covered. Your arms and one leg was covered, and then the other one was just like there.
Yep. It's my contrast.
But you don't have any pictures on them, right? They're all just tribal and or blackout, right?
Yeah, it's all kind of the same thing.
You like to keep it uniform?
What's that?
You like to keep it all uniform?
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll have to squeeze a portrait of me in there somewhere.
Yeah, I say get a portrait.
Yeah. I got some space on my back.
So much ink in his body.
Most people are like 80% water. He's like 80% ink.
Getting close.
I can't wait to eat my cheese and crackers. That's what I'm excited about.
And then order some carne asada.
I'm not gonna order carne asada fries yesterday. Yesterday was the only day. That was it. I cannot spend that kind of money every day.
I get a smoothie every morning. That's my breakfast. That's a bad thing to compare it to. 'Cause it shouldn't tongue shoot.
But can I just see what she got?
Yeah, I have nose.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah. Yeah, look, I can tell you. You can still go look. But
Okay.
I just,
Oh, I just want to see.
Okay, Tyler. 4 stripes left.
All right.
We're getting there. Yeah, I was gonna message you because I don't know, I was doing something. I was thinking, well, shit.
It is a mouse, but it's up so high.
Depends on where her crease is.
Well, she wanted it to match this other one that she got. I heard Lexa say like this is pierced from
It's a top. I
but I
wasn't
can
gonna
still
tell
do
you
it if
this.
that's what you want. So
It's a nice little puncture thing.
she just wanted it to match.
But yeah, I was like, I haven't heard from him. I'm like, did he decide he didn't like me? Or and then,
We got busy, unfortunately.
and then like the next morning, I think I saw your request. And I was like, okay. Well. Cause I mean, there's been a few people I've drawn shit up for lately, and then no response. One was for a cover up, and like I sent her, what my idea, and she's like, oh, I love it. And then nothing. I'm like, hey, whenever you're ready, you can just go ahead and schedule an appointment. And nothing. So I messaged her. I'm like, hey, are you still interested in this? I'm just curious. I drew this up for you. Nothing.
Really?
And then I had another guy. He's like, I'm in no hurry, just whenever you get a chance. Because I said, right now, it's probably going to be a month before I get it drawn up. I just got a lot of things I'm working on. And he's like, yeah, whenever you get it. So I get something drawn up, and then he sends me something completely different before I even got it drawn up. So I kind of went along that same lines of what he sent me. And I messaged him, and I'm like, hey, man, I just wanted to let you know I got your drawing done. If you're still interested in getting a tattoo. And no response. And it's like,
Awesome
hey,
people.
and then I messaged him again. I'm like, hey, just in case you didn't see my message, I got your tattoo drawn up. If you want to come see it and you still want to get it, let me know. Either way, and nothing. It's like, at least just message me and say, hey, I'm no longer interested.
Right.
You just need a lot to ask for.
Yeah. Well, now it's $100 per drawing.
It's not even really crazy. It's literally just like common. What's the word?
Not common? Common
It should be
courtesy, not common?
common sense. To just do that. Be like, hey, never mind.
Well, it's amazing how many people will ghost you in this industry. Like, I started a portrait, back in May. And I told her, this is going to take more than one session to do. Right? It's going to take me 2 sessions. And she's like, okay, cool. Well, I did the first session. It's not even finished. And I've not heard a word back from her.
That's awesome. Really reliable people, I see.
I had a girl that I started a tattoo on, and she swelled up really bad, so we weren't able to finish. And I messaged her because I'm like, hey, if you want to get this finished, nothing. Kills me how many people do that shit. I had one big side piece I was working on in Idaho, and we were on session number 4. I mean, she'd gotten this far, 4 sessions on this thing. I mean, she couldn't sit very long. And the last session, all I had left to do was, I was getting ready basically to put the whites in.
Right.
And I was getting ready to fix some of my lines because she was really jumpy. Wow, jumpy is an understatement. She kept trying to hit my machine out of my hand.
Oh my god.
Like she'd have her arm up and then she'd swing her arm down when I was pulling lines. So I had some lines I was going to fix in the tattoo. And then put the whites, and I look down and her eyes are fluttering. And I'm like, oh crap, she's passed out. So I stop and she kind of wakes up. We're just keeping an eye on her. She wakes up, gets her stuff, pays me, and leaves. Never came back. After 4 sessions on this big ass side piece.
And she just never came back?
Yep.
Was it done?
Nope.
So you're just walking around with something unfinished? That is so crazy to me.
I got a bunch of those out there in the world. I had this kid who thought he was all tough at 17 and wanted to get this big rib tattoo. And I tried to talk him out of it. I'm like, dude, ribs are no joke.
No, they are not.
I'm like, there's no way you're gonna, because the tattoo is, I'm like, this could be 6 to 8 hours what he wants. And I'm like, there's no way you're gonna sit through all of that. I'm like, so, here's what we're gonna have to do. I kid you not, 6 minutes.
That's all you got?
Well, no, I got more than that. But 6 minutes in, he's like, "Can I take a break?" And it's like, dude, let me finish this section first before we take a break.
Right.
And then, I swear, I shit you not, like clockwork, every 6 minutes, "Can I take a break? Can I take a break? Can I take a break?"
You're running up your own, like, time and money.
He was there for probably 4 hours, and I got maybe 2 hours worth of work done. And he would schedule appointments to get it finished, and then his mom would call, and there was always an excuse as to why he couldn't get it done.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I tried to tattoo my own rib.
Oh yeah.
So now I'm gonna just have to get a cover up, and I'm scared. I'm scared, Tracy.
I'll make it hurt.
I'm sure you will.
I didn't even have to do much to make that hurt.
Oh my god, I'm so scared. Now I have to get something really big to cover it up. Or at least something really dark.
Nah, that's very faded line work.
That is the good thing though. It's like I didn't know how to do anything other than just like draw. So it's all, first of all, it's all really faded and all just little lines.
That makes my life a hell of a lot easier. It's these ones where if Tyler came in and wanted me to take and cover this, then it would be like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
I
will. What'd you say?
Oh, I get a lot of people with big tribal that want me to cover it, and it's like, dude, what am I gonna cover it with?
Right.
There's only so much I can do.
You're not a god. You're not a god. You're not a genie.
I'm a magician. I'm not a wizard.
Right. The only thing I've done that I like, and I probably would never cover up, is my last name. I mean, it's not good, but it's good enough.
See, and you say you're not a guy, but you have your last name on you.
My mom has it too. She has it on her rib cage. She has like a huge rib piece.
That's a very guy thing to do.
I love it. I don't know. My mom has it. My aunt has it. My cousin Kenny has it. What'd you say?
What happens if you get married?
Then I have a piece of my old self.
And you lose the rest of yourself.
Then I make my man take my last name. That's what my cousin's husband did. He took her last
How
name.
much of a man that is?
He just hates his family, so
Oh, okay.
that's
that's why he did that. He had like
I
an
know
abusive
it's
mom and
pretty,
shit. So
it's a pretty sexist thing to say, but you know.
no, if I ever married Dominic, he would never take my last name.
You know, Shania wasn't going to, but then she decided that she wanted to, but then it was such a nightmare getting it changed. Because, you know, during COVID and everything.
Yeah.
And she's like, if anything ever happens to us, she's like, I'm not changing my name.
It's just gonna be your name forever.
Well, ironically, my second ex-wife,
Mhm.
her last name's still Eastman. She never changed it.
Wait, you said your second?
Yep.
What number is Shania?
4.
Oh my goodness.
Most
At
of
first
my-
you don't succeed, try again. Isn't that what they say?
Most of my marriages were very short. Which is funny because some of them I was with them for quite a while before. This is the first time I've ever, you know, as I say, I'm a great boyfriend. I'm a horrible husband.
How long have you and Shania been together?
7.5 years. Married for 3. Technically my longest marriage because my second ex-wife, she came out, but she was also working on a disability case during that time.
Yeah.
So we stayed married so she would have insurance. Because she had so many doctor's visits and stuff. So we stayed married even though we weren't together.
Right.
Just so she could have insurance. Once she got her disability, we got divorced.
At least you weren't an asshole and you weren't like, no, we're getting divorced right now.
I could have been, but there's no point. We're still friends. We still talk. We used to be more best friends, but it's hard when you live, you know, a million miles apart.
Right.
But you know, your best friend's got to be your current, you know.
Your current partner.
Yeah. Because if it's not, then that puts a real damper on your relationship.
Right.
But my second ex and I are still good friends. My first ex, we almost got back together before Shania and I started dating. And we hadn't been together in a long ass time. But, you know, she every once in a while would reach out to me when her life was going to shit to apologize for, you know, everything that happened. And then, like, one time I was like, well, why don't we just see each other in person, you know? So she drove like 2.5 hours to see me. There's still a spark there, but I don't know. We talked about it, but then it just never happened. So. Then I met Shania. My third ex, we don't speak.
Oh, is she like the Wicked Witch of the West?
Yeah.
That's what my grandpa called his first wife. And then when she died, he literally was at work saying, "Ding dong, the witch is dead."
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of red flags I should have seen, but
yeah.
I didn't. A lot of red flags I should have seen.
Rose tinted glasses.
Yeah. But that's a story for not live streaming.
Right. I understand.
One stripe left.
Already?
Already? What do you mean?
We could go a few more hours.
Oh, good God, no. I'm starving to death. No, I can't feel my
Me
hand
too.
anymore. I'm lucky I can still hold my machine. My hand is like just vibrating. Gotta save something for next time. You got more ink in you in 3 hours than a lot of people get in 8.
Oh, thanks for the shovel.
It does help a lot, yeah.
Wow, you're not done?
Okay, almost.
Jeez.
Oh, look at that.
Where would you be?
What?
Where would you be?
Oh, I mean,
It's been 3 hours. Where would you be?
I'll be cocky and say I would at least have like half a side done.
Half of this one right
No, like a whole side.
here? I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think so.
We all got dumb shit on ourselves.
Why don't you think
sometimes.
Because this is just monotonous. Here's why I don't think so. You would start speeding up,
Yeah,
and then you would have to go back and redo it.
I got ADHD yet.
So I think you would probably, because I mean it's a big strike. You might be to about there.
Yeah.
Poor guy. He died the day that my mom thought she was pregnant.
Because the patchwork sleeve that you did, I mean I would have had that lined in 2 hours.
You see,
Yeah.
and like
I'm
I
just
get
saying, though, I
that.
would've had the whole
I know
thing
my
lined in 2
plan,
hours.
my approach to it wasn't the best, partially because like
I gotta get, yeah, I gotta get one. My grandma didn't do there, so my grandma just no, that's yours close. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're sorry, you didn't kill him. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's what I always say. They're like, I'm so sorry, this person did. I'm like, I didn't kill him.
Or did you?
Or did you?
Like 3 caps of ink here. Now, you know why I would know you would speed up and have to go back over it? Because I do the same damn thing. And you think, oh, if it's going good, so I'm going to speed up a little bit. And then you go, shit.
yeah. You know, partially in my defense for Dion, he wasn't sitting still. He was dehydrated, and he was like, I don't want it all lined at once. I want it finished tattoos.
And I'm just saying, though, I would have told him that it needs to be done lined at once.
Yeah.
You know, and I would have done that whole thing.
And I mean, and once
Whole
I
thing in
started,
4 hours.
once like day 2 or like the official day 2, not the I don't count that first day as a day. That was nonsense. That first day. But started day 2, I definitely hit the realization because I almost started just lining everything, but then he was like, no, he started psyching himself out about the pain inside of his bicep, and that's what really threw the wrench in the whole plan. So I was just like, dude, I'm not gonna leave your bicep naked. And then the same thing started whenever we started getting closer and closer to his elbow. He started just pushing it off. And I'm like, well, if you don't want it, just say you don't want it. Don't tell me to.
See, that's just that's the difference in experience level here.